Hey everyone, it's Savannah and welcome on back to my channel. Today we have a really fun build project. I'm building a home concept for our friend Olaf here because I think Olaf deserves his own home away from Anna and Kristoff, so let's get into the build. I thought this pond area and the Frosted Heights was a great location for Olaf, and I'm going to be using the snow hut as a home for him. And then we're going to be switching things up quite a bit because I'm going to use a lot of tropical items in this build because we know Olaf loves summer and we're moving into the warmer months. I thought it would be fun to do a space just dedicated for him. So in this build, I'm using a mix of tropical items as well as snow, frozen, and ice themed items. It can be kind of challenging to mix two different design themes, but I found the challenge quite fun. I did try to mix in these bioluminescent palm trees, but they just weren't fitting the vibe. I also find that item is quite large, so it just wasn't working out for this build. I really like the surfboard item, so I wanted to mix that in the build. I brought in this hammock, and you'll see me situating some palm trees so that they kind of curve and extend over the hammock and just give it a really cozy, shady feel. Olaf loves summer and the idea of soaking up the sun and getting a tan, so I wanted to give him plenty of locations in this area where he could relax and spend some time enjoying the warm weather. I play around with the arrangement of my larger items, so things like the hammock, the surfboards, the little parasol and blanket area. I move those items around quite a bit until I find a layout that I think works best for the space. So if you see any items kind of jumping around and changing positions, just know that I moved them and edited the footage up a bit just so you guys didn't have to watch me constantly changing my mind. Next, I'm using rocks and other natural items, but mostly rocks in the Frosted Heights I feel work best to kind of cover up these diagonal slats throughout my pathing. I do have a whole video detailing how I go about laying out my paths in this way in each biome, and also how I mix in smaller items on these curved edges to kind of make the path blend into the natural biome. If you're interested in learning more about this, I will have the video linked in the description. I also sprinkled in a bunch of flower pots with blue flowers in them throughout this area to add more color and livelihood to this frosted tropical area. Alright, so here I put in a custom signpost, and really what I wish I had done is maybe put in a mailbox to give him kind of more of a house feel using this igloo. And of course I had to use the permafrost cloud over the entrance to his front door. Here you can see me interacting with the custom signpost. I thought that there was a snowflake option. Unfortunately there isn't. I used the energy cloud because I thought that was kind of appropriate, but ultimately it just wasn't what I wanted. I thought there was a snowflake and there isn't, so I ended up just removing that and scratching that idea. But honestly, I think that a mailbox would work really well there. I just didn't think of it as I was building. Of course, I'm also adding in a bunch of trees, shrubs, and rocks to fill up the area. I love to use a lot of natural items in my builds. I also added in some last minute items, including the colorful paper banner, some more flower pots, and of course a little snow kid right at the front door. Alright my friends, that is going to bring us to the end of today's video. Here is how the area turned out. I think this is a nice little build for Olaf, and I could see him definitely wanted to hang out here, spend his summer days, soaking up the summer sun as much as he possibly can in this area. If there's any other furniture items you think would be a great addition for the build, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. Scrooge has unfortunately not been blessing me with very many new items, so I'm left to continue to do builds with a lot of the same things. If you enjoyed today's video and want to see more, please definitely make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for future post updates, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!